We went to, where did we go, Keisha?
We went to the Night Before Stars.
Yeah, what did we get, Keisha? We
Yeah.
got a poster.
Yeah.
Copied, signatured by the people. And what else did we get?
We got this bracelet.
Yeah, it's flipped
Okay.
upside down. We got a bracelet. And then after the movie, we got to watch a live Q&A, which I guess we'll talk about after we talk about the movie. But yeah, that was fun.
And the deleted scene.
Oh yeah, and the deleted scene that John Green was in that they cut out. But I don't know why they cut it out. It was humorous.
Yeah.
But oh well, they cut it out of the movie. But
It was like a minute long. They could have kept it.
That's why I don't get like the whole, oh, we have to cut these things out for time. And it's like half of the clips are like 30 seconds long. You can't add 30 seconds to the movie. I don't know. But I guess we'll start. Overall, Keisha, what did you think of the movie?
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. What did you think of it as an adaptation?
Fine.
Fine. I really enjoyed the movie. I was pleasantly surprised. Normally, I'm the type of person who has, like, I read the book before I go watch the movie. I stayed up till 4 in the morning trying to reread it so that we could see it. And I was pleasantly surprised. As a movie itself, it was really good. I'd give it 2 thumbs up. But as an adaptation, I'd give it like 1.5 thumbs up. No, it's not half thumb. But it was really good. So, what did you think of the casting?
Great.
Really great. Who's your favorite?
I don't know. I don't think.
I don't know my favorite. The casting was amazing, like for that movie.
Yeah.
But my favorite was Ansel, because they made you love him. Like the way he acts, I don't know if that's just like himself, like how he acts all the time, but the way he acted in this movie, he made you fall in love with Augustus Waters. But he, like, that's how I pictured him, and that's how I thought. And Shailene was really good too,
Yeah.
and so was Nat. But all of the characters were really good in this movie. And I guess can't really talk about anything else without spoiling stuff. So for you who haven't gotten to see the movie yet, you need to click out unless you don't care if it's spoiled. But we're going to talk about things they've changed, things they may have left the same but twisted around a little bit, and different scenes that we really enjoyed. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it and then come back and finish watching this video, and we'll give you time to bye. We'll see you next week. Goodbye. Did you give them long enough?
Yeah, that's good.
So for you who have already seen the movie and wanted, either confirm with us or our fellow book readers who were either disappointed or were confused by things that were changed, because I know I always am. But we're going to talk about scenes that were changed. The first one was the swing set scene, which I was actually really disappointed in. What about you, Keisha? Were you disappointed in?
Yeah.
No, because the swing set scene, she's supposed to call him and she's all depressed staring at the swing set, and he's supposed to be like, I have to come see this depressing swing set, and he looks at it and he's like, this is most of your problems. And then they go back in and they go on like the online website and they spend like a good couple of pages talking about that, and then they find a home for the swing set. And she goes, I never saw the swing set again. I liked how they had them actually on the swing set in the movie. How they had him like, swinging on it, talking about it. I like that part, but I hate how they just like cut it off after that. And I was like, I need to get rid of it. Like that was like a moment in there. I don't know. I was disappointed in that scene. They didn't mention Gus's previous girlfriend, Caroline, which I can see because it was like a time thing, but I just thought it was interesting how they completely cut her out of it first.
Okay, so when they go over to Amsterdam to meet Ben Houten.
I don't know. Everyone pronounces it.
When they go to meet Ben Houten, after they leave, the assistant comes out like, oh, let's go to, where was it? Anne Frank house. But then after, right?
It was during the whole him yelling at them that she's finally like,
Oh,
I quit.
Okay, so during the whole yelling, she was supposed, in the book she quits as Van Houten's assistant. But in the movie, she just walked out after that and was like, let's go see the Anne Frank house.
Which I was like, because like in the book it was like a definement, like I quit, you were drunk, you need to get over yourself. But in the book it was kind of just like she went, or not in the book, in the movie she kind of just like went along with it, like yeah, I just treated these cancer kids like crap. Let's go to the Anne Frank Museum and walk up a bunch of stairs.
And then walk right back down there.
Yeah, which was, I don't know, I'm assuming it was the actual Anne Frank Museum. But I don't know, in the book I pictured it differently.
Yeah.
Like I pictured it being more like interactive instead of just like walking up 2 flights of stairs, walking up a ladder and looking at some pictures and then walking back down the stairs. I don't know. I've never been to the Anne Frank Museum, but that didn't really make me want to go to it in a way.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound mean, but this is kind of how
It's not on my...
Yeah, it's not on my...
It's not the top of my bucket list.
I want to talk about... And also in the scene when Gus starts to get more sick and he calls her up and he's just like, meet me at the gas station.
Oh,
and
yeah.
in the movie he's just like, I'm at the gas station. And then Keisha whispered over, she's like, it must be a really small town if she knew what gas station it was.
I mean, yeah.
But
And she told the same thing when she called 911. She's like, we're at the gas
We're at the
station.
go to the gas station. We'll be there. But yeah, in the book, it's like, he tells her what gas station is, and she goes, and his G-tube is malfunctioned, and she's like in the car with him, like trying to get him to calm down.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she starts to read him poetry while the police are while the ambulance is on their way, and they keep missing them in the book. But in the movie, they just had her like go up to me like, "Oh no, you're dying," and then she called 911, and they just came right after that. She didn't have the whole poetry thing in, which I really liked about the book.
So in the 8th scene, what's his name? Isaac. He's supposed to miss like, I don't remember how many shots.
He missed
but,
a
like
lot.
he was supposed to miss a lot, but in the movie he missed what was the first one?
He missed like the first two, or like you only missed like the first one.
Yeah, and then like he was throwing and then he missed again, but then he like hit the car.
Yeah,
It was like
he
it
hit the
went
taillight.
back and forth.
But I don't
It's
know.
just-
I pictured it differently, and
Yeah.
Hazel was supposed to be in the car during the whole time because she didn't
Oh, yeah.
participate. But I really liked the way they did the egg throwing scene.
Yeah,
It made- it
when
was
like
funny.
almost hit her head.
Yeah, it was really funny, and they had the part where they threw it in the house or at the house and it almost hit Solomon. But I really liked how they did that scene.
Yeah.
It made me laugh. It was one of the funnier scenes. The letter, which I guess they did it 4 times, but like in the book they made like a big deal about finding the letter.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like the whole, after Augustus dies, the entire like part after that, which is like a good like 40 pages, I realized while reading it. But the whole thing is like her trying to find the letter that he wrote, but in the book he sent it to Van Houten.
No, in the movie.
Well, in the book he sent it to her, but he sent it to Van Houten, but she didn't know that. And she went through all this stuff, going through his old room, going through his computer, trying to find all of this stuff until her friend's finally like, maybe he didn't write the letter for you. Maybe he wrote it for someone else. And I was like, I want it to be for me. And then she finally contacts him, and then the assistant emails it to her. And then it's finally like, okay, you have this letter. But in the movie, it's like, he gives it to her at the funeral. And I'm just like, it kind of takes away, like, I don't know. It just took away from it. And she's like, I don't want your crap, and she like crumbled it up, and then she was finally like, wait, that was from Augustus, and then the letter was written to her essentially.
That's when Isaac visited her.
Yeah, which they also changed. She didn't. But I was glad they did it, because they cut Isaac out of a lot of the movie. If you notice that, because he's in the book like an awful lot.
Yeah.
But in the movie, he was only in he wasn't in it that much. But I really liked Nat Wolff. He's a really good actor. And I guess the other change that was, or at least to me was really noticeable, is the very end.
Oh.
In the book ends, I do, Augustus, I do, after he reads the whole sad letter. And then, but in the movie they added, he went, okay, Hazel Grace, and then she wrote, okay. Okay, but besides like the okay at the end, which, that's where I died.
I was thinking.
Oh. But besides, because at the end it's just like, I do, Augustus, I do. But I guess saying okay at the end was kind of just like, yeah, they did okay at the very end, but...
You should have kept it as I do.
Yeah. changed. And then John Green tweeted, he's like, or he said in an interview, he's like, the movie is a lot clearer than the book is, which made like, I don't know, it made me believe they were gonna add something to it or like change it to where you find out what happens to people. But like the girls next to us were like, oh, I read on Twitter that they were gonna kill, whatever her name is, Hazeloff too. And I'm like, they're not gonna do that. It doesn't happen in the book. They're not gonna kill her off in the movie. But besides that, those are like the main things that at least I noticed the first time around that they changed. But also we want to talk about the funniest moments of the book or the movie. What was your funniest moment?
I don't remember.
Well, there's an airplane scene that was funny.
What, the deleted one?
No, when they're on the plane and he was freaking out, and I really liked how they translated. That was one of my favorite scenes that they translated over, and he's like literally flipping out.
I died laughing when she said, "This is how I feel when you drive." That was hilarious.
The last thing was like, "This is how people feel when they drive with you," and everyone in the theater was like just hysterically laughing. But it was a really good scene. The breaking of the statue scene. They made that one really funny, where he was just like here, and then I love the part where he went in the back and he got like the giant one. And he's like, I guess it's okay, and he's like, yeah man, go for it.
Yeah, and he just went back to talking like nothing.
And they're just in there talking like nothing was going on. They're just talking about Imperial and like
Imperial
affliction. And I loved how they did that scene. And then there's the egg throwing scene, which we kind of talked about.
Yeah.
But I really liked how they did it. How they made it funny with the mom coming out. They changed like the things where he went and said we have 5.5 working legs, 2.5 pairs of lungs, and all of that. But I love how they threw it against the window. But I don't think I was supposed to be playing from the Q&A afterwards.
Yeah.
But besides, those were the really funny scenes. Even though me and Keisha.
Oh yeah.
Okay. There was an extremely annoying girl that was sitting next to Keisha, alright? And the entire time, like the 2-hour wait we had to wait until the movie started, or I don't know, it felt like 5 hours. But she was going on and on and on. Everyone in the theater was taking selfies, doing who knows what in the theater. And these girls, besides Keisha, they were going crazy. She was like, I'm gonna cry so much. It's gonna be this scene and I'm gonna bawl my eyes out. And during the scenes, like she was weeping and she was making noises and she was freaking out. So the entire movie, all of the sad scenes, Keisha would look at me because that girl was doing weird things in her seat and we both start laughing.
The main one was the part when Augustus died.
When Augustus was dying.
We were sitting there laughing.
We were laughing because the girl next to Keisha was freaking out, jumping in her seat, stuffing popcorn in her face, freaking out. And me and Keisha were just sitting there snickering, trying not to laugh so loud that people would look at us. But we looked like horrible human beings. But it was hilarious. But those girls, they were so annoying.
No, it was just that one girl.
Or the one girl. But it was preteens everywhere.
It was hormones everywhere.
It was hormones everywhere. And like during all the sad moments, you would just hear people sniffling, like,
yeah.
Everyone crying or tearing up. Like it seemed like everyone in there was sick. And they were sniffling because during all the sad and like quiet moments, that's all you would hear. And it got to the point where it was just like, okay, I just want some peace and quiet so I can be sad in my own time. But I teared up.
I didn't.
Keisha didn't. I cried at the end of the book, mainly because I had already finished another book series that I'm not going to mention because it does include spoilers, that it did make me cry, and I read this one right afterwards, and this one, of course, made me cry, and I was just like, oh my god, and that was a mess. But I expected to cry more. I teared up a little, but I
expected to tear up.
But I didn't cry. I just did a little tear. Like there's girls waving that were like, oh, and I'm just like. But the only reason, I don't know why. It was done really well, and the only reason why I did feel sad was because Ansel Elgort is a really good actor, and he made you love him. But besides that, I was just, I don't know. I don't know if it was just reading the book multiple times. It kind of weakened my sadness. I don't know.
Ginger sad.
It my sadness.
She doesn't have a strong sadness. She has a weak
It
sadness.
desensitized me from the sadness in a way, but it was really good. We have our nails done. So I did my nails. You should kind of do my nails.
Did my thumbs.
You should do my thumbs.
I didn't feel like doing it.
But yeah, overall, I thought it was a really good book. It was a really good movie, and as far as adaptations go, it was one of the better adaptations I've seen. And I've seen a lot. And I've complained about a lot.
Yeah, you have.
But oh, the Q&A!
Oh,
The Q&A was really funny. We don't have to get into too much detail, but it was
Yeah.
really funny. And
Shailene kept crying.
Shailene kept crying.
Because Birdie was
Because
so
Birdie was-
emotional.
Bernie was so emotional. And she still had her Tris tattoo on.
Oh, yeah.
Which Keisha started freaking out about.
Because she's filming Insurgent.
Yeah,
in
I'm
Atlanta
coming into
now.
Atlanta right now, and I was fangirling myself.
I was like,
But-
oh my God, you didn't even notice until I said anything.
No, I know, I just didn't say anything. I didn't know you would have freaked out about it. But, yeah, the Q&A was really funny, especially Ansel when he was like, I don't want to give any spoilers away. And he was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
wait, what?
Yeah.
Is this live streaming? And they're like, yeah, everyone who's watching it already saw it. And he's like, oh, yeah, about that. But, I don't know. They all seem like, I don't know, funny people that you'd want to be friends with. I would be friends with them.
We were just like any
Yeah. So overall, the night it was awesome. I would do it again, possibly with less of the annoying people, but it was good. It was worth the money. The event was really fun. The Q&A, the deleted scene was funny. I'm sure it will get leaked somewhere on the internet, so you'll be able to find it.
Maybe I'll leak it.
Maybe Keisha will leak it. I don't know.
But I had already seen part of that before.
I hadn't.
Long ago.
If you didn't, the deleted scene that John Green in, it's just taking the scene that happened in the mall with the little girl that came up and asked her about her nose, the tube. They just did that at the airport, and they had John Green playing the parent of the little girl. And he said a couple lines, and then they left. But besides that, it was pretty good,
Yeah.
and you should go see it.
Yeah. And thumbs up the video.
And thumbs up the video if you like The Fault in Our Stars, because you know, who doesn't like The Fault in Our Stars?
People who don't like the fun.
Well, if they're watching the video, they should like The Fault in Our Stars. Some
Oh,
infinities are greater than other infinities. And quotes like that. And it's all just a roller coaster up from here. Speaking of roller coasters, next
I don't even know
few,
what that was.
that is an awesome segue. The next few videos are going to be vlogs because I'm going to Orlando and Keisha's going to Savannah. So I'll be vlogging at least in Orlando. So I can videotape Mickey doing a dance. But yeah. So yeah. So I may post multiple videos next week. Who knows? Depends on if I'm lazy or not. But okay guys. I hope you like this. This will be a long video. I'll probably have to cut stuff out. But if you guys enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. All of our information is down below. You should go check out The Fault in Our Stars. And anything else?
No.
No? So go read a book.
Or don't.
Go read The Fault in Our Stars.
Or
go listen to them.
Or don't.
All of the YouTubers have the free Audible thing. We don't because we're not important. But go read a book. Go listen to a book. Go read The Fault in Our Stars.
Or don't.
If you need a good cry, go read it.
Or don't.